Alright, apparently there were people that had some kind of issue with the fact that I made my last video without my shirt on. Get over it. It was hot, and I don't give a shit. Point number two. I am like the American public should be. If you're going to come to my channel and leave stupid comments in my comment section, I'm going to go to your channel and do the exact same thing. And furthermore, you're not going to say anything that I haven't heard before. My mother was my original troll, and she said such hurtful things to me throughout my childhood that I've grown such a thick skin, I don't really give a shit what people think or have to say about my appearance, my demeanor, my attitude, my anything else. Because that's just the way I am. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not holding anybody back. I'm not dragging anybody into anything against their will. So, have at it. If you think you can out-troll me or get me upset, bring it on. Let's play. And just to overshare just a little bit, out in the world, I am the exact same way. If you want to be confrontational, I can go there. That's not a problem. If you want to roll around in the mud and get physical, I'm all for that. That's where I came from. I'm completely comfortable in that environment. When I'm not in that environment, that makes me uncomfortable. That's why I seem a little edgy or a little uncomfortable when I make a video or trip over my words, because I'm trying to be really careful, because people are just so damn sensitive these days. I make these videos based on my personal experience, because I have experienced abuse. I know what it's like to be put down. I know what it's like to be taken advantage of by people who say they're not going to do that. So therefore, at least wise in my twisted sense of reality, I think I got a pretty good bead on the people who are trying to subvert our way of life and our country. So let's cover the basics. Number one, they're full of shit. They will say whatever sounds good and never deliver on it. Something we have all seen involved in our government, for the most part, depending on how old you are, our entire lives. And that's what leads me to my conclusion or opinion that Donald Trump is not playing their game. He said he was for border security. Guess what? He dealt with border security, or at least was on top of it, a hell of a lot more than previous administrations. He said that he was going to deal with corruption. And to this point, it would appear that we're moving in that direction. Something every previous administration in our lifetimes has only given lip service. And finally, and most importantly, he said he was going to deal with these cockeyed freaking trade deals that all of these submissionist presidents and administrations had put into place to undermine our sovereignty and sell us out to China. So, based on my observations, I still say and will stand by the fact that he is not down for this New World Order bullshit. So let me refer to a visual aid. Throughout my career as a mechanic, it's all about the work. You can talk about doing whatever the hell you want, but unless you're willing to delve into it, get your hands dirty, all you have is a bunch of empty promises and pieces that are never completed. On the other hand, if you're willing to pick away at it and be true to your words and the things that you say to people along the way, you might actually accomplish something. And who knows, it might actually be kind of special by the time it's all said and done. Even though everybody involved or on the sidelines that isn't prepared to do the work says it can't be done. Trump was the first president to walk across the demilitarized zone into North Korea. Does anybody know how big of balls it took to do that? And then he walks off the podium and walks across the street to the church that was burned. Do you think the Secret Service was down for that? No, he made that decision. And it took a pretty good sized pair to do so. Because as we have all witnessed, it's a pretty damn dangerous environment out there. So I'll leave you with this. And I hate keep using this guy as an example, but he kind of sets himself up for it. Do you really think that Richie from Boston is telling you the God's honest truth as he sees it? Or do you think it's entirely possible that he's telling you what you want to hear in order to gain subscribers and a foothold in a niche of people's ideas that are misinformed, by the way, so that he can be popular? All I can do is speak from personal experience, because I have had to coexist with scum. I have had to try and eke a life out surrounded by people who are more than happy to stab me in the back at their earliest convenience. And I'm proud to say that I survived it, and I'm a stronger person because of it. And it's entirely possible that if I could do it, Donald Trump could do it. And when and if he was elected president, which some of you still don't believe, that he would be able to understand how these people work, number one, and know how to dismantle their bullshit. And possibly educate and get these people to expose themselves to the American people along the way, so that everybody could see how shit works, and we could have a fighting chance, when and if the hammer's ever dropped, that this never freaking happens again. That people's eyes are wide open, and they understand where things are at, where they came from, and how it works. And I really can't rag on Richie from Boston too much, because he's 3/4 of the way right, but not either willing to admit, because he doesn't want to lose his popularity, that everything changed in 2016, or things wouldn't be unfolding the way that they are now. Do you really think that somebody could sit down and script all this bullshit out? Or is it more like what it is? The other side, out of defense and desperation, is making their shit up as they go along.